What's up, low rollers? Today I'm sharing my take on top 5 builds in the current meta in under 3 minutes. Subscribe and hit the notification bell for more auto chess content, and you can also find me live on Twitch. Subscribe now! Up first, we have Divinity. Divinity is one of the most popular builds right now, with many variations of it being played. Most common ones are Mage, Warlock, Cave Water Spirit, and Agali Knight. Pulse Staff or at least a Mana Crystal is important in win streaking and making sure the carrier units actually cast their spell. Late game consists of adding synergies such as 4 Shaman, 4 Spirit, and 4 Marines in mirror matchups. This build is very weak against Doom Arbiters as it can silence key units instantly in the late game. Up next we have 6 Beasts. This again is a very flexible build. It's simple as 6 Beasts and a carry plus bunch of synergies. Most common carries are Fallen Witcher, Venomancer with Kira synergy, and Berserker with Glacier synergy. Due to its flexibility on carries as well as the items, 6 Beasts is a good loose streak build. Just play whatever carries are offered when you decide to roll down and add 6 Beasts to it. That's it. Weak to mage builds, but it can go toe to toe with them by using Doom Arbiters in the late game with TP daggers. Next up is 6 Knights. It's really just Avenge Knight and her friends. Item dependent composition that requires Frantic Mask and Shadow Edge. Counters pretty much all mage builds due to the shield activated by Knight synergy, but can lose to 4 Shaman synergies in the late game. Because of the need to have 3-star Avenge Knight to hang with the other builds in the late game, this build is recommended when it's not contested by other players. Next is 6 Feathered. Great against physical damage builds with units evading attacks constantly. Weak against mages, but can be an even fight or even favorable with 3 assassin variation with Abyssal Crawler carry and Marine synergy. Early power spike with Druid synergy only requiring 2 pieces to start up units, which makes it one of the cheaper builds that's great for loose streaking. Requires 3-star assassin carries to match in terms of power with other builds in the late game, so it's best when the build is not contested. This build can transition into 9 feathered in the late game, or synergies such as 4 Marines and 4 Shamans can be added. Similar to Avenge Knights, assassin carries in this build need both Frantic Mask and Shadow Edge to really shine. Iceplate armor is also a great item for Warped Sage. Lastly, we have 6 Exorcists. It's a great win streak build with solid early, mid and late game, especially good versus builds that doesn't have defensive synergies such as Divinity and 6 Beast. Weak against 6 Knights, 9 Warriors and 6 Goblins for the opposite reason. Dragon Knight is the primary carry of this build in the late game and power spikes with Holy Spirit Lance. During the early game, streaking with Hunters is the key to this build, so building Maelstrom and even Frantic Mask are decent early game item choices.